The Russian wolfhound was also transliterated as the bousor. The word bozel is an Old Russian adjective. It means quick. Originally meant visual hound. This is an elegant hound born for speed. It was originally used to chase wolves. The origins of the Soviet wolfhound, dating back to the 14th century. 14th century Russian regions. Kievan Rus is falling apart. The Mongol Empire, which came here on its western expedition, ruled the region and established an inventory of South Korea. Many principalities were brought under Mongol rule. After that, the Mongols who conquered everywhere ruled West Asia. Also brought a dog from West Asia to Russia. It's the Arabian hound. The Arabian hound is a short-haired visual hound. After he came to Russia, crossed with a local long-haired retriever. They get stronger. They get stronger. I also have long hair that can keep out the cold. This is the original bousor. The origins of the Russian wolfhound. There is another way of saying it. In AKC Journals, a published article on the origin of the wolfhound in Soviet Russia. It was recorded in the 17th century. Someone who really likes to use speed hounds, the Russian Duke on the hunt. A large number of Arabian greyhounds were introduced. Improvements to the original hound. He put this dog with local Russians. A dog similar to today's pellet dog was crossbred. Got a slender but more powerful dog. He has long legs, a long, curly tail, and a slender neck. Thick back hair. The posture is also similar to that of today's wolfhounds. But either way, can't deny. Today's Soviet wolfhound. They all come from the Arab region. Visual hound gene. The pursuit of hound speed in long-term hunting activities. It also promoted its development process, inevitably crossbred with visual hounds. 16th century Russian Tsarist period. Hunting became popular. Wolfhounds also became popular among the nobility and give each other as gifts. On the origin of the hunting tradition of the Russian Tsarist nobles. The first unified state in the Russian region, Kievan Rus. Founder of Kievan Rus. It's a Rus from Northern Europe. The Rus are Vikings, a branch of the ancient Vikings. Viking has a tradition of hunting and using hunting dogs. This tradition was also brought to Russia. Tsarist era. The concept of hunting experiments was also established. Wolfhounds began to be recorded. It's selective breeding. Only the most intelligent and agile wolfhounds to reproduce. The working mode of the wolfhound. Systematic training. A carefully organized hunt by the nobles usually lasts a few days. There are dozens or even hundreds of hounds participating. Hunter on horseback. And foxhounds or bloodhounds track the search. Drive out the wolves hiding in the bushes. And wolfhounds use speed to pursue. The wolfhound itself, not a hunting dog for fighting wolves. It's more about disturbance control. In the novels of the great Russian writer Leo Tolstoy, In War and Peace, also describes in detail the scene of the wolfhound hunting. After finding the wolf, hunters release wolfhounds. These wolfhounds chase and attack the wolf's back, neck, and legs from both sides. Makes it impossible for wolves to escape. After the hunter or larger hounds arrive, to kill or capture alive. That is to say, a wolfhound is a hunting dog that can capture wolves alive. In 1842, the Tsar of Russia, to Queen Victoria of England, to Russian wolfhounds as a gift. This elegance and nobility, huge Russian royal hound, it quickly attracted the British royal family. So more and more British nobles all received hound gifts from Russia. This includes Princess Sandra. Then this dog was developed in England and formed the Wolfhound Club. In 1891, the Russian emperor gave away the 20 best hunting dogs, sent to the UK for the exhibition. All 20 dogs later also stayed in the UK, entered the British aristocracy. In 1917, the Russian October Revolution broke out. The feudal Tsarist dictatorship was overthrown. In this revolution that ushered in a new era for humanity, the Soviet wolfhound as a pawn of the Russian Tsar, not spared. Many hounds were executed along with ghosts. Wolfhounds are in sharp decline in Russia, but they continue to develop in the UK. After the Soviet wolfhound arrived in England, crossing with local pellet dogs, produced the long-haired granular species Soviet wolfhound. This is what it means to have a tall body today. Slender-haired white Soviet wolfhound. In the 1940s, a Soviet soldier named Konstantin S. Mont in southern Russia. Various types of wolfhounds were found in Cossack villages. This includes Horsha Borze with short hair and long-haired Soviatia Borze. Under his impetus, the Soviet government came to believe in wolfhounds, two Cossack hunters who make a living from the fur industry. Crucial. And for that reason, it's being valued and protected again. Bozil is a big Russian hound. Bozil has always been his name, until 1936. That's why they call it the Russian wolfhound. Belgian Malinois, horse dog, known as the new king of working dogs. He came out of nowhere and rose to power in just a few decades, replaced German Shepherd as the new favorite of the police. However, among working dog enthusiasts, these two dogs are arguing over who is the first brother. It's actually the same dog. In Western Europe, almost all wolf dogs, whether it's a German Shepherd or a Dutch Shepherd, in fact, after all, they all share a common ancestor. So, how intricate is the relationship between them? How to develop differentiation, shape the multiple dog breeding stories of today, beginning with the kingdom of DD in ancient Western Europe. The ancient European sheepdog, brought by the nomadic ancestors of the Celts. They went from Central Asia all the way west into Europe. Distribution along the Danube and Rhine. Nomadic in what is now France, Germany, the Netherlands. Formed the traditional sheepdog of Western Europe. A branch in Germany developed what became the German Shepherd. A group in the Netherlands developed what would later become the Dutch Shepherds, Belgian Pastures, and other breeds. Lower Rhine. Low-lying areas along the North Sea coast, known as the Netherlands. It included what is now Holland and Belgium, Luxembourg, and parts of northeastern France. Agriculture is developed here, animal husbandry is prosperous, and maritime trade is prosperous. It was the birthplace of capitalism in Europe. It is also the habitat of herders and ancient Western European sheepdogs. 1581, the Republic of the United States of the Netherlands is established. After the Spanish and German rule, it was ruled by France in 1795, renamed the Kingdom of the Netherlands. In a sense, these sheepdogs at this time both can be called Dutch Shepherds. The original Dutch Shepherd, mainly used to maintain order in the flock. In the Netherlands, where agriculture and animal husbandry are equally developed, cropland and pasture inevitably collide. So these dogs, they were used to drive sheep away from farmland and crops. They patrolled along the road, drive sheep to pastures and markets and ports. And he was a guard on the farm. In long-term collaboration with humans, they developed many skills and obedience. It also became an excellent military police dog, buried genes. In 1815, the southern provinces merged with the Netherlands, renamed Kingdom of the Netherlands again. but not for long. By 1830, the southern provinces gained independence from the Netherlands, become the Kingdom of Belgium, and therefore the sheepdog that keeps these generations alive, divided into different dog breeds. With the development of European capitalism, the Industrial Revolution, and the development of agriculture and animal husbandry, a large number of Dutch Shepherds were also used as farm guards, even the work of pulling carts. Its excellent working ability, it has also attracted the attention of dog enthusiasts and the military. Systematic reproduction begins, and as a military dog breeding process, 1898, the first breeding standard for Dutch Shepherds was established. The standard at this time only requires form and working ability, no color required. Meanwhile, Germany and Belgium, German Shepherds and Belgian Shepherds, standardized breeding and breeding also began. Several dogs that also originated from the old European sheepdog, very similar in appearance at first. 1914. To distinguish between German Shepherds and Belgian Shepherds, Dutch Shepherds redefined standards. Only tiger spots are allowed to reproduce. Also under this standard, the Dutch Shepherd dog began to develop independently. Early 20th century, with the industrialization of agriculture, the Dutch Shepherd is gradually losing its effectiveness. During World War II, the Netherlands was occupied by Germany. Systematic reproduction has almost stopped. Many excellent sheepdogs were conscripted into the army. Combat death. The dogs were almost extinct as a result. The Dutch Shepherd has the appearance of a wolf, compared to German Shepherds and Belgian Shepherds. It's more reserved, the original appearance of an old European sheepdog. With the post-war recovery, although the Dutch Shepherd also gradually resumed the breeding program, but due to the destruction of the war, the scarcity of seeds, until today, it is still a very rare breed. In the long run, also formed three types of short hair, long hair, and setter. Long hair and spines are even rarer. Short-haired Dutch Shepherd. It has powerful explosive power and flexibility. It is also a very good military police dog. But compared to the obscure Dutch Shepherd, next door in Belgium, after his other brothers suffered the same fate, but a strong counterattack finally defeated the position of the first brother of the police dog. Previous video, talking about the ancestors of the Belgian Shepherd dog, Dutch Shepherd. Regarding the relationship between Belgium and the Netherlands, in fact, it doesn't need to be torn too much. Because of the previous story, it's mainly about events before 1900. They diverged over 100 years ago. Before that, in the complex and chaotic history of the Netherlands, these complex-looking sheepdogs, which bloodlines have been mixed with? When does long hair appear? Short bristles, curly hair, and other types? History has no accurate record. But before the various varieties that exist today, they are classified as a common type. Western European Shepherd dogs. 1830. Belgium seceded from the Netherlands and became an independent country. Around 1890, European countries. The standardized breeding of sheepdogs has begun one after another. German Shepherd, Dutch Shepherd. Belgian pastors begin their own cultivation process. Dutch Shepherd. Finally, I chose tiger spot color as the breeding object. Belgian Shepherds are more diverse. In 1891, to save and regulate Belgian Shepherds, the Belgian Shepherd Dog Club was established. The Royal Veterinary College of Brussels at that time, Professor Adolf Roer, we sampled 117 dogs, start standardizing them into different breeds. The appearance of these dogs varies widely. Professor Roer's team based on fur type, and color. At first, they were divided into 6 different species and asked their owners no matter the color. Only breed dogs of the same appearance type. Since then, the Belgian Shepherd dog has embarked on a long road to reunification. Before 1900, Belgian Shepherds looked different. Interbreeding between breeds still occurs from time to time. Until 1905, the club has banned this practice completely. But then World War I broke out. The war caused a sharp decrease in the number of dog breeds. In 1920, the club decided to allow hybridization between breeds to avoid inbreeding, restore dog breeding numbers. But then World War II broke out. Once again for the Belgian Shepherd dogs, it poses a serious threat. In 1945, we were encouraged again, crossing between different breeds of Belgian Shepherds, breeding to enrich the number of genes restored. After more than 10 years of crossbreeding, the current variety standard was established in 1956. It is stipulated today for known breeds of Belgian Shepherds: Bruin d'Alacanos, Malinois, and Teflon. Belgian Gronde, the 4 largest Belgian sheepdogs, the first dog breed to be identified. It is also the default dog breed of Belgian Shepherds. Its name is derived from a place name, Grondel Castle. There are 2 versions of this place name. It's a castle. The second is a restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Grondel Castle. Anyway, the owner of the castle, Nicholas Ross, created this breed. Ross owns a long black hair named Paget, Belgian Shepherd dog. Based on this dog, its descendants, extensive breeding with different-looking Belgian Shepherds, keep black offspring. Ross was named after his castle. These dogs are called Gronders. World War I. The Army uses Gronders as search and rescue dogs. Exceptional performance on the battlefield of the command dog, also recognized by the U.S. military. Finally, the Gronde was introduced to the United States. Until today, in the United States and many other countries, the name Belgian Shepherd, it is often used to refer specifically to the Belgian Gronde. Lacanos, Belgian Shepherd dog, the rarest of the 4 varieties. Rough, long, curly hair is its characteristic appearance. Its name, it originated from the residence of the Belgian royal family, the Château de Laeken. It was the Queen of Belgium at that time, Mary Henriette's favorite. This woolly sheepdog is found in the Netherlands, dating back to the 13th century. It is also one of 4 Belgian Shepherds, the rarest and least popular variety. Malinois, of the 4 varieties, the first breed to be bred by type. It is also the most famous variety. 1892, the Belgian Shepherd Dog Club is established. 52 dogs were exhibited at the second year's dog show. About a third of them are short-haired. Due to its main distribution in the Marin area of Belgium, this type is known as a Malinois dog. A dog named Holders. It is considered the foundation of the Malinois dog. Based on it, breeding with another female and her offspring, forming a unified appearance, gray or fawn with short, coarse back hair. This muscle is developed and powerful. A sheep dog with exceptional working ability. It was very popular in Belgium. So that in addition to it, other breeds were once collectively referred to as non-Malinois dogs. 10 years before the First World War, through the continuous cultivation and promotion of breeders, horse dogs are also widely used for their excellent working ability. After the baptism of 2 wars, dogs also demonstrate their abilities and values. The Teflon is often referred to as the long-haired horse dog. It takes its name from the village of Teflon, is the home of its breeder, Kobe. It is also a common type of collie dog in the area. Kobe uses a long-haired Gronde, breeding with short-haired Malinois to standardize its characteristics, formed the basic appearance of today's Teflon dogs. In fact, there are 4 species of collie dogs in Belgium. It's often crossbred early on. I am in you and I am in you. Gronda and horse dogs. It was used to supplement the genes of the Teflon. Black Gronda. You can have Teflon-like pups. Early horse dogs, also bred with tabby collies. Horse dogs give birth to pups with tiger stripes, and tabbies can also give birth to horse dogs. Only in 1914, the tabby is designated as a Dutch Shepherd dog. Horse dogs have also become independent breeds. The well-bred dogs are gradually moving away.
Malinois,
Melinos,
Malinois,
Merinois,
Malinois,
Merino Merenghua. Different transliterations give it different names. But in China, it has a more succinct name: horse dog. It is the most widely used military police dog in Europe. Horse dogs and German shepherds. It is also a topic of debate that working dog lovers cannot avoid. In 1958, the Nanjing military region passed through the former Soviet Union. A group of German shepherds were introduced from East Germany. The German shepherd is also one step ahead. It has established a strong foothold in the Chinese military and police dog community, became synonymous with military police dogs. And it will take another 30 years for horse dogs to come to China. In 1991, he was mainly engaged in Tianjin Jianan Kennel for International Military Police Dog Trade. In 2 batches, 6 horse dogs were imported from the Devil's Tower Kennel in Belgium. Founder of the Devil's Tower Kennel, it's Mr. John, the president of the World Horse Dog Association. These 6 horse dogs became the earliest horse dogs in China. Then their descendants were introduced to the military dog base. Since then, the horse dog has officially become a member of the Chinese military police dog. In 1997, the Chinese Minister of Public Security visited France. The French Ministry of the Interior gave several horses and dogs as gifts. These horse dogs, it was placed in the Kunming police dog base as a breeding dog. And at this point, after decades of breeding, affected by provenance, lineage, etc., some German shepherds gradually experienced variety degradation, hip joints, and other genetic problems. The arrival of horse dogs made up for these problems. From 2000 years, the Kunming police dog base of the Ministry of Public Security began to be divided into 5 batches, one after another from Belgium, France, Germany, 28 males, 39 females, a total of 67 horse dogs were introduced. Horse dogs also began to gradually replace German shepherds, become the new favorite of military and police dogs. Due to the super fecundity of canines, many of its descendants also began to enter the folk. Its powerful sports guard workability, it quickly became popular with enthusiasts. After 2010, due to the huge market potential of horse dogs in China, more and more folk kennels and individuals, they also began to import horse dogs from Europe. Due to the early introduction of horse dogs, they all originated in France, Francophone or Francophone countries such as Belgium. So according to its French name, transliterated as Merino dog, the popularity of horse dogs in Europe is also very extensive. Therefore, the competition system in different countries and regions also produced different strains, formed the Belgian series under the Belgian competition system, the Netherlands under the Dutch competition system, and the German system under the national competition system such as Germany, the French system under the French competition system. Legal and Belgian police are smarter, and the military is more fierce. Ashkenazi. Is it more flexible? Our country mainly introduces the legal system and the German system, and the horse dog is in the breeding process. due to frequent crossbreeding with Dutch pastoralists. Although equally excellent, but it was rarely introduced as a breeding dog. Currently, police dogs in many countries. The use of horse dogs has reached more than 60%. The figure of horse dogs is also increasingly appearing in the anti-drug, high-risk scenarios such as search and explosion demining. His stable personality and ability to work let him replace the German Shepherd as the first brother. Around 7000 BC, a group of hunters with hunting dogs from Great Britain to Ireland become the first settlers. The exact appearance of these hounds has not been verified, but by inference, they may most likely coming from Northern Europe. From the 6th century BC, the Celts arrived in Ireland from Europe. They also used iron, and a nomadic life was brought to Ireland, followed them, and the sheepdogs that helped them herd. These breeds formed the earliest dog breeds in Ireland. These people merged with each other, formed the first inhabitants of Ireland, the Gaelic. Around the 1st century BC, Phoenician merchants on voyage put a hound similar to today's greyhound from the Middle East to Ireland. Julius Caesar. Roman legions invade Britain, also put another big dog brought to Britain and Ireland. It's a Mastiff. These hounds from Arabia, crossed with Mastiff, produced a huge dog. In the process, maybe they also incorporate the original Gaelic sheepdog. They have speed and strength, used to drive away wolves that attack livestock. This is the original Irish wolfhound. In wolf-infested Ireland, wolfhounds have become indispensable companions for people. At 391, Consul of Rome, Aurelius received a special gift, 7 wolfhounds from Ireland. When they appeared in the Colosseum, their immense size amazed the whole of Rome. Subsequently, these huge wolfhounds were gradually raised by the nobility, become a symbol of identity and status, also became royal, coveted gifts between noble bishops. In Gaelic language, they were called cool falls. It is recorded in old Irish legal documents from the 6th century. Dogs are cool. The word was also used as a nickname for warriors and kings. Show respect and loyalty. 11th century AD. After the Normans conquered England and ruled Ireland, influenced by Norman hunting culture, wolfhounds from Ireland are highly regarded. They are often given as gifts to the powerful and foreign dignitaries. 1210. In a poem by the poet William Robert Spencer, King John of England to the Prince of Wales, a gift named Gêlert's Irish Wolfhound. 15th century Ireland. Every county is required to keep at least 24 wolfhounds to protect the sheep from wolves. In Irish history completed in 1571, there are also records of this similar spirit hoof, a hound used for hunting wolves. Their limbs and bones are bigger than a pony. In 1790, the British artist Thomas Bewick, there was a recorded height of 36 inches, a cinnamon-colored dog shaped like a spirit hoof. War and starvation gripped Ireland in the 1617th century. The Civil War ended. Englishman Oliver Cromwell, after conquering Ireland again, announcement of a ban on the export of Irish wolfhounds to control Ireland's growing wolf population. After the 17th century, Ireland's economy has been growing rapidly. After the great geographical discovery, American potatoes were introduced to Ireland. This crop took root in Ireland, the solution to the food crisis that has plagued Ireland for centuries. The development of crisis agriculture, the development of cultivated land. It also squeezes the living space of wild animals. In 1786, the last wolf in Ireland was hunted. The Irish wolfhound is also gradually disappearing. In 1798, The Welsh naturalists. Thomas Pennant said during a visit to Ireland, he only found 3 wolfhounds. The Dublin Geological Society of 1836, Irish wolfhound, was added to the list of missing animals. Ireland at this time, there's a terrible famine going on. Massive reduction in potato production. More than 1 million people starved to death. More than 1 million people have fled the country, and the population has been reduced by 1/4. Most of those who fled went to the United States. I became Irish American. They've had another one. So Irish still so. Who cares about the fate of dogs? 19th century. The slowing resurgence of Irish nationalism. Irish wolfhound. It became part of Irish culture and a symbol of Celtic history. 1862. British Captain Officer George Augustus Graham started in Ireland, searching for the remaining breeds of wolfhounds. He is a close relative of the Irish wolfhound. The Scottish deerhound was introduced into breeding and interbred with Great Danes to restore the massive appearance of the Irish wolfhound. Subsequently, he introduced the Duchess of Newcastle to Soviet Russia, wolfhounds to restore their ability to hunt wolves, to restore its fluffy, coarse pores. He introduced people from the Himalayas, similar to Tibetan Mastiffs, genes of a long-haired dog with a beard, through continuous hybridization. Graham, the modern Irish wolfhound. Graham's modern Irish wolfhound, although it does not inherit its ancestry, but it has been restored to its original appearance. 1879. Modern wolfhounds are exhibited for the first time in Dublin. 1885. Graham founded the Irish Wolfhound Club. The following year, official standards were established. Year 2004. The film Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is released. In the film, a large black dog based on an Irish wolfhound. It attracted a lot of attention. Also for this dog breed, covered with a mysterious veil of magic. Now, the Irish wolfhound has become a symbol of Ireland. Evening. The Irish national rugby team is named after him. When a giant Irish wolfhound, when I appear in front of you, I believe you will be amazed by his huge size.
From Stettin in the Baltic to Trieste in the Adriatic.
1946年，
British Prime Minister Churchill delivered the famous Iron Curtain speech. The Cold War officially kicked off. A pair from the Baltic Sea to the Adriatic Sea, across the entire European continent, in order to adapt to the ironwood border areas, tracking and reconnaissance missions in extremely harsh environments. The Soviet Union and the Czechoslovak Socialist Republic set up a border patrol dog breeding base. A large number of East German Shepherds were bred and trained here, delivered to Border Patrol. 1955, located in South Bohemia, Czech Republic, Libezovich's military dog breeding base. Colonel biologist Karol Hartl quietly launched a science project. His goal was to study wolves, the feasibility of breeding with dogs, to correct the physical defects of German Shepherds, enhance its power, patience, and the ability to track border tasks. However, the initial breeding experiments were unsuccessful. In 1958, one came from the Carpathian Mountains, a female Eurasian wolf named Britta, became a test subject. May 26th of the same year, he was with a male German Shepherd named Caesar. The first generation was born. Britta gave birth to a male, 4 mothers, and 5 cubs. But these pups are more like wolves than dogs in their habits. At 6 weeks of age, they were taken away from their mother. However, these wild pups can't be trained at all. The experimenter selected 2 pups. They mate with German Shepherds as adults. These second-generation pups are gradually being trained. These pups are continuing in their 3rd generation of mixed German Shepherds. The fourth generation can already be trained with German Shepherds and execute the task without difficulty. These descendants became the first bloodline of the Jack Wolfhound. Velitas, 1960, with another mother, Kurt, gave birth to a second bloodline. These pups, sent to Malachi in Slovakia, take a perseverance test. The results of the test were surprising. After running 100 kilometers, they only need 3 to 4 hours to recover. The German Shepherd's recovery time after running 50 kilometers, it takes 10 to 12 hours. Their sense of smell and the resistance to climate is also significantly better than that of German Shepherds. The experiment ended in 1965. Carol Hart sprouted and went on to reproduce, and the idea of registering a new dog breed. However, the Military Association rejected the idea. The breeding of Jack Wolfhounds has since also lost the support of the military into a civil society led by Carol Hartl. In 1968, the Czech breeding base in male Wolfvarg, after giving birth to a third bloodline with the female German Shepherd Yath, something big was happening. Jack Surofak at this time, in the midst of the reform wave of the Prague Spring, the ethnic conflict between Jack and Surofak, increasingly social unrest. Jack Republic began to issue extermination orders for these hybrid dogs. The sprouts of the Jack Wolfhound at that time were almost withered. To protect them from the military and the Iron Curtain, until around 1970, most hybrid offsprings transferred to Slovakia, new kennel near Malaji. Major Francis Rosick teamed up with Carol Hartl to take over the kennel. The Jack Wolfhound also continues to develop here, and in 1972, bred by a male wolf and a hybrid offspring, the fourth bloodline is produced. These 4 bloodlines also form the basis of the Jack Wolfhound. This is also the origin of the early Jack line. 1979, a gray hybrid offspring named Rex Perinini was born. This is also the personality of a dog owner, but it looks more like the offspring of wolves. Take this dog as the standard. Also produced our Jack Wolfhound standards today. This is the origin of the Slovak dog. In 1982, the Jack Wolfhound Club was established in Brno. After continuous efforts, the dog breed has also been nationally recognized. Due to the contributions of the Slovaks in the breeding process, its official name is Jack Slovak Wolfhound. 1983, the last time this breed was introduced to breed with wolf blood. For improvement,
Grazie Porinini.
83% of close relatives caused by overbreeding. 1993, Czechoslovakia divided into 2 countries. The Jack Wolfhound Club has also split into 2 groups. The responsibility for maintaining the breeding was assigned to Slovakia. However, the standard identification of dog breeds, it still needs to be recognized by both countries. The state is a platform for human activities. The tearing of the platform, all will also lose their bearings. But there's always blood and passion. Turn your sad face into a bright smile. In 1999, after 40 years of ups and downs, the swaying Jacksonian Wolfhound, officially approved FCI registration, become a recognized new variety. This particular product was born during the Cold War. It's made of iron wood, has near limited working ability, but its rebellious character makes it difficult to train. Today, it is searching and rescuing. Escorts track grazing hunts, widely used in agile sports. Wolf-like appearance, it has also won countless fans. Loyal and well-loved upstart pet dog. 10,000 years ago, a group of people living in western Iran herders near the Zagros Mountains. Sheep were the first animals to be domesticated. At the same time, some dogs that were domesticated early to help humans hunt, also trained, became the first livestock dogs to protect herds. Thereafter, these nomadic groups spread westward into Europe. They traveled along the Danube and the Rhine, arrived in what is now Germany, France, the Netherlands, and other places. While they brought nomadic life to Europe, it also introduced another habit, training the sheepdog. In the long years that followed, in different regions with different climates and environments, a wide variety of sheepdogs were also born. Germany before 1890. All dogs used for herding and protecting sheep. All are collectively referred to as German Shepherds. They don't have a standard look. It's not a specific species. It's a category that's entirely based on ability to work. In 1890, with the rise of German nationalism, impact on social institutions, some people started trying to bridge the gap, standardize these dog breeds. Therefore, in 1891, the first association to breed German native shepherd dogs, established but in the direction of cultivation. Some of their members believed that it should be work-oriented. Other members felt that appearance should be the standard. Due to internal contradictions, the association was dissolved in 1894. But this contradiction, it also buried the seeds of the debate between the right to work and the right to expose. 5 years later, in 1899, a member of a money association that advocates for the purpose of working, von Stephanus, when participating in a full exhibition, found a dog named Hector Lindsay. It has all the working dogs, required conditions, and appearance. Stephanie bought the dog and renamed it Holland von Gravesis. Same year, Stephanus founded the German Shepherd Dog Association. Holland was announced as registered, becoming the world's first German Shepherd dog. Holland. It's a shepherd dog from Thuringia, Germany. The state is famous for its gray wolf-like, sharp-eared dogs. Holland is also a descendant of the state's champion dog. Von Stephanus used Holland as a sample, develop a breeding plan, and with the roots from touring, Franken, breeding dogs with desirable characteristics in Fortenberg, and inbreeding with its offspring, created the current German Shepherd. Until today, all German Shepherds. It's also in Holland's genes. In the decades that followed, the breed quickly became the most popular in the world, the largest number of working dogs, and it's a position that it still holds today. In Stephanus, after naming the breed German Shepherd, all dogs commonly known as German Shepherds, also known as the Old German Shepherd. Von Stephanus died in 1936, and his German Shepherd. And then there was real greatness. In the first half of the last century, the rise of German militarism. This breed is due to its excellent working ability and its resemblance to wolves. It became very popular and began to be conscripted into the army as military dogs. Throughout World War I, nearly 10,000 German Shepherds served in the German army. These military dogs play an important role in combat. They are trained to be vigilant, guard communications and other abilities, to assist humans in their fight. After the First World War, influenced by anti-German sentiment, people think the word Germany would damage the popularity of this breed. So the British Kennel Association, the German Shepherd, was officially renamed Alsatian Wolfhound. The Alsace region is a disputed territory of Germany and France. After World War I, France recaptured it. Germany reoccupied during World War II. After the war, it was reclassified as France. The name change did not affect the popularity of the German Shepherd in the slightest. Due to the important role played by military dogs in World War I, and outstanding performance. Countries have also begun to develop military dogs, and their breed of choice is the German Shepherd. During World War II, this dog breed shines because of one person, but it also casts a terrifying shadow over him. This man is Adolf Hitler. He has a great affection for German Shepherds. Throughout World War II, the Germans recruited 200,000 trained dogs. The vast majority of them are German Shepherds. They traveled the battlefield delivering letters and ammunition. Stand guard. Exceptional ability to survive in harsh environments, and the ability to track obstacles and search also made him a Nazi concentration camp. Guardians of Terror. In the Asian battlefield, Japan lost control of its allies, the Germans. They took over about 25,000 German Shepherds. These dogs are tolerated by criminal militarism. It has also caused great harm to countless innocent people. In the middle decades of the last century, it even became a gangster in many countries at one point. The evil accomplice of drug traffickers. It is listed as a dangerous breed and prohibited from breeding. Imports are also banned in many countries. As the clouds of war dissipate, many German Shepherds are returning to pastures, and they're starting to get trained by police forces in many countries, used as an anti-drug search and explosion and a guard dog. Before Labrador was widely used, they were also the first guide dogs. Those who are close to you are red, and those who are close to ink are black. The image of a dog also depends on the person. German Shepherds have also been around for decades. It has gradually become synonymous with military police dogs. By 1977, the British Kennel Association introduced the breeding, from the Alsatian Wolfhound back to German Shepherd again. Tough and handsome police dog shape. It also made him the embodiment of justice. In countless film and television works, their robust figures. It has also become the dream dog of countless families. Let me ask you something. In whose childhood never dreamed of owning a German Shepherd? Born in 1899, under the great promotion of von Stephanus, it took more than a decade to develop rapidly. He recommended the German Shepherd to the police and the army, established breeding and training bases. In the subsequent First World War, started to emerge as a military dog. The German Shepherd at this time is entirely trained for the purpose of work. That's the number one metric by which it's measured. Their color is also black. Wolf blue, black, and red mixed colors are available. During World War II, the development of German Shepherds has reached its peak. Hitler, as a fanatic of the German Shepherd, also a former member of the German Shepherd Dog Association, developed the preferred breeding standard plan for military dogs, established a military dog breeding training base, began to vigorously develop German herding. The German Shepherd at this time still keep von Stephanus standards for German Shepherds. World War II. In the German Army, there are over 200,000 well-trained German Shepherds. This is the first peak of the development of German Shepherds. It's the beginning of differentiation. After World War II, Germany was divided into East and West Germany. The Federal Republic of Germany, also known as West Germany, implementing the capitalist system. GDR. East Germany had a socialist system. These German Shepherds. It was as popular in East Germany as it was in West Germany. But with the onset of the Cold War, buildings of the Berlin Wall, free trade between East and West Germany was terminated. East German Shepherd Dog. It also began more than 40 years of closed cultivation. The GDR government solicited national German Shepherds for strict screening, establishment of a breeding office, prescribed evaluation criteria. All foreign dogs are prohibited from affecting their bloodline. In 1955, the Soviet Union in Czechoslovakia established a border patrol dog breeding base. This base, it is a standard breeding plan based on the preferred breeding of military dogs to breed and train German Shepherds. They also carried on the earliest German pastoral characteristics. Most of these German Shepherds were used as military dogs, patrol the Berlin Wall. They have also undergone rigorous selection and training, also because of the abbreviation of the German Democratic Republic. Later, these German Shepherds from East Germany, called DDR in the 1950s. China also moved from the former Soviet Union, and East Germany introduced a batch of German Shepherds. These dogs became the first batch of military dogs in New China. This is also the breeding and development of Chinese military dogs, leaving seeds. This is DDR, the origins of the East German Shepherd dog in early China. Compared to the strict and cruel breeding in East Germany, the West German Sheepdog is again going towards differentiation, without the demands and constraints of the state and the military. The different breeding concepts within the association, two strains of display line and working line, were differentiated. Working line West German Shepherd dog breeding. Very picky too. Selecting highly capable dogs for breeding. These dogs are also generally physically strong and exercise a lot, and most of them are very aggressive. These dogs are also widely exported. It has become the first choice for many national police dogs. Display West German Shepherd dogs is more inclined to the cultivation of appearance. Focus on a streamlined body. The appearance of working dogs is more lean and compact. The coat color is mainly dark, mostly blue-black or black-based two-color, and pure black. Dogs that show their sight have more bone mass. Rich back hair. The coat color is mainly black, red, black, and brown. In the pursuit of streamlining and forming, gradually began to show the characteristics of the arched back. From 1937, it can be seen in the previous famous dog atlases in 2006. This feature has been around since 1956, and then it became clear. It has been hard to find traces of its peers. Different needs determine different cultivation standards. There is a reason to exist. We don't judge good or bad, although it has been criticized by many experts for its variety degradation and genetic disorders of the hip. But the expressive German Shepherd was also known for his gentle personality, became the ideal choice for many ordinary German Shepherd-loving families. In the 1970s and 1980s, the police dog industry in our country has ushered in development. Start training border guard dogs as criminal investigation dogs. However, differences in the working environment and an overly aggressive personality. It also caused a lot of inconvenience when it came to the police, due to changes in the international situation. Since the 1980s, Chinese police dog experts turned to West Germany for inspection. Will be fierce and agile, but obedience works better in line with West German Shepherds. Introducing China. These German Shepherds replenished two various army police dog bases. From now on, they also started giving Chinese German Shepherd enthusiasts left an unforgettable impression. In 1990, the Berlin Wall came down. Unity of East and West Germany, a sheepdog from East Germany, blended with the West German working line sheepdog, developed into the current working line German Shepherd. The name DDR is also gradually disappearing in the fusion, left to those who love the German Shepherd unlimited reverie. But in the origin of DDR, the purest of these early German Shepherds, in the midst of great change and instability, with the great changes in Eastern Europe and the collapse of the Soviet Union, Czechoslovakia was also divided into two countries. Czech Republic inherited a border patrol dog breeding base. Although these dogs are now very rare, but it retains the purest German pastoral characteristics. Here it is. The Jack Department, which is deeply sought after by German Shepherd enthusiasts. German Shepherd. Since World War I, German Shepherds are widely used as military and police puppies under the breeding standards of different countries. Also formed the Belgian Department, the Dutch Department, and the Danish Department, and British Alsatian Americans and other strains. In Eastern Europe, Switzerland, the United States, and other regions. They also developed into different standard German Shepherds. Eastern European Sheepdog. Early 20th century. With a German Shepherd. Fame in World War I. European countries have begun to introduce and develop military dogs. Around 1920, the former Soviet Union sent a batch of German Shepherds, imports into the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, and developed a breeding program there. The goal is to cultivate this variety, adapting to the colder and harsher climate of the Soviet Union. After decades of breeding, one that's bigger and healthier, the German Shepherd with thicker back hair was born. These dogs were widely used by the Soviet Army and police, and the KGB's favorite. They are much bigger than German Shepherds. Shoulder height is usually around 70 centimeters. The color is also mainly dark brown engraved or pure black. Since 1950, they have been named Eastern European Sheepdogs. In 1955, the Soviet Ministry of Defense approved the breeding standards. 1960 for Service Dog Breeding Federation approves breeding standards. In 2017, he was recognized by the Nordic Kennel Alliance. It was subsequently recognized by Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. Taunt the Sheepdog. This is a kind of variants of German Shepherds raised in the United States. In the 1970s and 1980s, the German Shepherd dog is in the process of development, gradually began to pursue the characteristics of the arched back and streamlined sloping curves to correct the behavior and structure of modern German Shepherds and hip health problems. The Shiloh Sheepdog was bred. This is also a large-scale German Shepherd. Medium back hair. Colors are black, tan, gold, silver, and a variety of colors such as cream dark gray sable. Appearance. They ray also more like a cross between the German Shepherd and Alaska. In 1991, it was recognized by the American Rare Breeding Association, become an independent dog breed. King Shepherd, also known as King Shepherd. It is also a German Shepherd dog variant bred in the United States. Its purpose was also to correct the primitive German Shepherds' emerging structural problems. It is based on the German Shepherd, mixed in Alaska. A breed born from the genes of the Great White Bear Dog is a large long-haired German Shepherd. Its color is close to that of the German Shepherd, including brown, black, brown, gray, and other colors. It began to appear in 1995. Then it was recognized by the American Rare Breeding Association, become an independent dog breed. White Shepherd. It is also a kind of variants of German Shepherds raised in the United States around 1891. The beginning of the unified standard breeding of German Shepherds. The white German Shepherd already exists in the Thuringia region of Germany, except for black and wolf blue. There are also a small number of white varieties, but in Germany, white is considered undesirable. In America, the white German Shepherd was loved by some people. The White German Shepherd Club was established in 1969 and call it a white sheepdog. In 1993, white German Shepherds were banned from registering in Germany. But in 1999, it was recognized by the United Kennel Association of America, become an independent dog breed. White Swiss Shepherd. This is a kind of German Shepherd breeds homologous to white Shepherds. 1966. A batch of white sheepdogs was exported from the United States to Switzerland. After that, another batch was imported from Canada, one after another. Then this dog began to be bred and developed in Switzerland. In 1991, it was recognized by the Swiss Sheepdog Association, recognized by the World Kennel Federation in 2011, accredited by the British Kennel Association in 2017. The German Shepherd as the king of working dogs. During its development, due to the high demand for workability, military breeding bases in the former Soviet Union, a secret variant upgrade project. It's going on quietly. And therefore, an unforgettable alternative was born. The vast majority of dogs breeds in the world, over hundreds of years of evolution, and the development of human beings' long-term breeding choices. However, there are always some varieties. Due to one or two people in just a few decades, it's the pinnacle. This video, let's talk about the king of hounds, the Argentine Dogo. June 24, 1573. A Spanish expedition of over 100 people. I set foot in today's Argentina, areas along the Sucaya River. Built a settlement here and named it Cordoba. Then the influx of Spanish settlers, while bringing in a large number of dogs. Dog teasing is a bloody form of entertainment. Was also taken to Cordoba. European bulldogs, such as the Spanish Mastiff Bulldog. They breed here. A new breed of dog was formed, the Cordoba. This is a kind of pit fighter. It's a ferocious hound. Pit fighting beast. It is a popular recreational activity in European folk. Throw a dog or other beast into a deep pit to fight. With the discovery of the New World, this activity also spread to America. The name of the pit bull also comes from this. In 1908, an Argentine hunting organization began to continuously introduce European wild boars for hunting. However, due to the subsequent financial crisis of the hunting grounds, the unmanaged wild boar escaped. These wild boars continue to breed and mate with domestic pigs, rapidly spread across the country, destroy crops and orchards. It became a biological disaster. As a result, traditional hunting has become popular again. A man named Antonio, Noel's Argentine doctor, is an avid hound and dog fighting enthusiast. 1907 and 1908. His two sons, Martinez and Augustin, were born one after the other. Under his influence, the two sons also became loyal bulldog lovers. The fierce and aggressive Cordoba is better suited for fighting, rather than as a hound with its own kind. Strong fighting instinct makes it almost impossible for him to engage in group hunting. In order to eliminate the weaknesses of these dogs, in 1925, at the age of 18, Martinez began a project. Develop a game that is both suitable for hunting large games, dogs that are also suitable for family companionship. His brother, Augustin, became his loyal partner. They based on Cordoba dogs, started a nurturing program. Argentina's hunting grounds are extensive, complex terrain. Different jobs require different hounds. Sniff instructions track fight. Hunters are not satisfied with the existing dog breed. Lack of a suitable hunting method. All-round hunting dogs for big game. 1926. The brothers have bred 10 female Cordoba dogs, hoping to give them a keen sense of smell, 24/7 endurance, powerful fighting ability, and the dogs had to be white to distinguish between dogs and prey at a glance. The first step is to improve their sense of smell. So he introduced a pointer dog. This is essential for hunting. To improve height and body shape. The second step is to introduce the Great Dane. To cultivate white fur. The third step is to introduce beef head soup. However, unfortunately, hereditary disease of bulls terrier deafness has also been introduced into this dog breed. Until today, hereditary deafness persists in high school in Argentina. To increase the biting force of the lower jaw and fearless character, introduced bulldogs and French Bordeaux. To increase intelligence and physical temperament, introduced the boxer. Pierre's mountain dog gave it a calm demeanor and solidified its white fur, but at the same time, also brought bad genes for long hair and wolf claws. The Irish wolfhound brought him speed and strength and wild hunting instincts, and the Spanish mastiff blood in the bones let him have a powerful king's aura. The pointer dog of the 1920s, Great Danes, bulldogs, and boxers, in appearance, very different from today's dog breeding standards. Boxers look more like bulldogs. The Great Dane has a shorter and more compact back as a large hound. These two dog breeds. It is also the dog breed that has had the greatest impact on Dogo. Antonio Brothers. We used 10 different types of dogs, created the breed Dogo. Although there are many varieties, but almost every variety, all descended from ancient European Morosian dogs, or Mastiff type. This is also the ancestor of the Cordoba dog. It's a smart and mature plan. It also made Dugaoxu short for more than 20 years. A stable genetic population is formed. To avoid inbreeding, Antonio Brothers also developed the Araucana and Guarini families. In 1947, to demonstrate the fighting ability of the Dogo, Martinez organized a confrontation. A Dogo and a wild boar, a cougar, and only the Dogo survived. Dogo also yimming amazing. However, unfortunately, as the creator of the Dogo, Martinez, he didn't see his dog received recognition on the international stage. In 1956, during a hunting expedition, he was shot by gangsters. The volatile situation in Argentina at this time. Brother Augustin is also in prison. Most of their dogos are disposed of. After Augustin was released from prison, had to start looking around for a purebred dogo, rebreeding. Then he became Argentina's ambassador to Canada. The position also gave him the opportunity to travel the world, the opportunity to promote Dogo. More and more hunting enthusiasts invited to go hunting in Argentina. In 1973, the Dogo was recognized by the FCI, described as a clever, silent, and brave hunter. Dogo means bulldog in Spanish. A fierce, stubborn, and irascible personality. Also, let it be called the White Death. As a large hunting dog, powerful attack power, it has also been put on the ban list by many countries. Do you want to own a dogo?